It's Monday morning, March 9th, 2020, and I'm at a phenomenal dispersed campsite in BLM lands north of Yucca Valley, California. I'm making a special note of this campsite because it's surrounded by a beautiful landscape and it's very secluded and pristine. Even though this campsite is lesser known and feels like a best-kept secret, there are still some cans around. But we are going to take care of that right now. Well, the campsite itself is exceptional. The neighboring Bighorn Mountain Wilderness, which is just a short stroll up the hill, this is the icing on the cake. I'm often asked, am I afraid of wildlife when I explore dark cavities? And the answer to that is absolutely. If you've been watching my videos for the past 3 years, you can probably tell by now that I love to climb on things. At my age, whatever that might be, I see this landscape the same way a school kid sees the playground at recess. This rock has a really thin surface layer that's floating above the rest of the piece. Alright, let's make sure that this is tight. To be honest, I wasn't sure I was going to climb the mountain. But here we are. It's 6:30 p.m. on Monday night, and it got overcast and I'm exhausted, so I'm going to call it an early night. Tomorrow's not going to be much better, I don't think. It's supposed to rain all day, which should make things interesting. Regardless, tomorrow morning I am going to break camp and hit the trail because there is a place that I need to be this week. For the past several weeks I've been in touch with Webasto about the issue I'm having with my gasoline heater, and they referred me to a specialist, one of their own, in the Los Angeles area. So I have an appointment to see him on Wednesday. He's going to repair the unit, look over the system, and also tune it to help ensure that it doesn't conk out on me again. It's Tuesday morning, bright and early, sort of, 5:30 a.m., and I am heading out because it is indeed raining and I just want to get moving before the desert gets too saturated. I'm back in Yucca Valley, California, and I'm going to head into a coffee shop and sit down at my computer for a little bit to figure out a game plan for the next few days. I need to start heading toward Los Angeles today at some point, and then I need to figure out where I'll be staying while I'm there. Furthermore, I'm looking at the weather forecasts, and it looks like it's going to be rainy on and off this week, making things even more interesting. I don't know. It might be a shorter episode this week because of the weather and there's a lot of business to attend to. We'll see. I got a hotel room for 4 nights. Ouch. I don't like to do that, but right now it just makes a lot of sense. I figure 1 day to service the heater, and if things don't go smoothly, then I got a second day just in case. And by that time it's already Thursday and time to wrap up the week. So I got the room for 1 more night to edit and produce this week's video. Right now I need to empty the contents of the back of the Jeep to expose the heater and make it accessible for service tomorrow. Okay, that should do it. These 4 bolts need to come out, 1 of every corner of the plate, and the fridge needs to come out. I will do that on site tomorrow. This is the diagnostic port on the Webasto Airtop 2000 STC, and I believe he's hooking that up to a computer.
1246. Conditioner. Shows 5 volts in there. I'm just gonna switch to the filter to make sure there is no issues with that.
Okay.
And these clamps, if you leave a gap in the between the fuel line and the filter, it create a ear bubbles also.
It changes the diameter of the fuel line for that, and it creates a pocket. Okay.
Correct. The kit already comes with a mounting bracket. They make a nice bracket though, but it's hard to remove it. You know. With the mounting bracket, you can remove it from the top.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay. But in here, you can see a lot of carburetor buildup. You see inside on the burner and the burner.
Wow. Yeah. That is really caked.
The heater changed, so I'm gonna clean them up, put a new gasket, put a new burner, and it's gonna run like now.
Okay, there was indeed severe carbon buildup that prevented the heater from operating. And Ramon cleaned that all up. This is the only component that you need to replace. So once you have carbon buildup, you need a new one of these, a new burner. We have a new burner all installed, and now it just needs to go back into the Jeep and it should be perfectly operational.
I just want to get rid of the air. It's nice they put insulation in the fuel line and the fuel pump wire. Okay.
Alright, that's heat. That feels great. Alright, I have a heater again. Now buttoning up the Jeep and heading out. It's Thursday morning, March 12th, 2020 at the Best Western in Norwalk, California. Webasto took care of me yesterday. Ramon was very thorough. He looked over OK four-wheel drives install, and he liked what he saw. When he took apart the heater, he found carbon buildup, and he cleaned that out, replaced the burner, reinstalled the heater. He also installed a new fuel filter, one that's officially Webasto, and it's going to flow better. So the heater is back in action. It's as good as new and it's working optimally. Ramon gave it a clean bill of health and sent me on my way. That's the good news. The bad news is there was no glaring issue that really explained why it stopped working to begin with. Aside from the carbon buildup, but what caused the accelerated carbon buildup? Webasto did tell me two things, and one, the gasoline heater likes to run hot. So crank it up, it makes it less prone to carbon buildup and cleans it out better. And two, because of how gasoline burns and the nature of the beast, I can expect it to be more sensitive to elevation changes. And it will be more prone to carbon buildup over 5,000 feet. I'm just going to take it back out there and give it another try. I'll keep you posted, but I don't need it right now though because I'm in the Southwest and it's quite comfortable. It's Thursday, March 19th, 2020, and I'm sorry that this video was so late. It's also kind of short. But like many of you, if not all of you, this past week I got a little bit distracted by the coronavirus crisis. As the week progressed, I asked myself, all right, how do I navigate this thing and where do I position myself? So on Friday, that took priority. Instead of editing video like I normally would have, I resupplied sensibly at a grocery store and I returned to the Arizona desert, which is where I'm at now. Alright, and now the next step, what's on my mind and what are my priorities? First, for the time being, I'm going to hold my general position and try to reduce consumption. The Jeep might be able to take me really far off grid, but the reality is the more I move, the more I consume. And the more I consume, the more often I have to resupply. So I'm going to try to minimize that the best I can. And second, this is by far the biggest thing for me right now, and that is staying in constant contact with my family back east. I never want to be off-grid or in a situation where my son Cole or my parents try to put a call through to me during this time, right now, and then aren't able to reach me. So it is paramount that I stay accessible and keep in close touch with my loved ones. The crisis might affect my video schedule as it has impact on connectivity and mobility, or it might result in shorter videos, but I'm going to keep going. There is a story to tell, and I'm going to keep doing it until further notice. All that being said, moving forward, I'm going to try not to talk about the crisis. We hear about it enough, and honestly, I think I'm the last person that you need to hear about it from too. This pandemic is not what Venture Forward is about. Venture Forward is about how beautiful this life is, the amazing places on the horizon, and the mountains that appear in front of us, and then conquering those mountains. So thank you as always. Everyone be safe out there, and I will catch up with you again very soon.